take a look at Australian schooling through the neoliberal lens. Neoliberalism can be described as a process with incremental reforms constantly evolving and adapting. How our Australian school system is structured is one way that illustrates this neoliberal view, with the purpose of education, according to Higgs, seen to legitimise a dominant view of society and its structures. A societal view of education can also be seen that anything that's private is good and anything that is public is bad. We have three types of schools in Australia: public, Catholic systemic schools, and independent schools. This is not to say that all people of faith attend a religious school. Ryan notes that 90% of Muslim students, for example, attend public schools. What religious diversity has brought to this structure is the emergence of non-Christian faith-based schools in the independent sector, together with non-religious and Christian-based schools. Within Catholic systemic schools, the student diversity has continued to change over time. For example, 1 in 4 students enrolled in Catholic schools across the country are not Catholic. Where the Catholic system was once closed to non-Catholic students, the impact of the Second Vatican Council brought new focus to Catholic education. Catholic schools are to be seen as public, not private entities who are open to all those who share in its mission. An example of this in action can be seen locally at St Mary MacKillop College in Canberra, where the principal echoes this sentiment in the community, including embracing the elected school captain, who was not Catholic but of Islamic faith. Not about diluting Catholic identity, he said, but about building understanding between two communities. With the introduction of the Australian curriculum following the Melbourne Declaration in 2008, intercultural understanding has been named as a specific general capability that is to be applied across the national curriculum. Intercultural understanding is about students learning to value their own cultures, languages and beliefs and those of others. However, while this capability acknowledges our religious diversity, it is not prescribed how the capability is to be included, and it can be varied across the three types of school systems. For example, in Catholic systemic schools, religious education is taught with consideration to world religions. Students are encouraged to increase understanding of the nature of religion and of different religions. Intercultural understanding also features across the broader curriculum. In independent, non-Christian faith-based schools, there is varying elements to this, and in some schools there is greater focus on fundamental aspects of the school's religion rather than world religions in general. In the public system, religious education per se is not included in the curriculum, and intercultural understanding becomes an aspect to be considered in the broader subject areas, such as humanities. Schools committed to diversity and justice have a special responsibility both to understand the way that religious diversity is discussed publicly, such as through the media or in politics, and to provide moral leadership to challenge this.
Created using Powtoon.